Hey guys, it's Missy Wolf, and I'm here with Kelly Legg and
Hi,
Sandy.
Hello.
She's so adorable. I love her.
Thank you. She's the love of our lives.
Absolutely. I can tell. Look at the pink little bows. So cute. So I want to talk to you about all of your career. First of all, you started when you were really young.
Yes, she did.
She agrees.
I did. Somebody asked me the other day what was my first song I'd ever written. And after just reflecting back, I remember sitting in a bathtub, which is very funny because that's where I write most of my songs now, sitting in a bathtub at 6 years old.
Oh, wow.
And I wrote a song about Delta faucets because I was looking at a Delta faucet at the time, and it was to the tune of Delta Dawn. So it was kind of a silly little thing, but oh boy, the many songs I wrote in the tub since then, I could have really marketed myself with Delta if I thought that before.
Right? Oh my gosh, that's really funny. And you hear that though all the time. Like I'll see independent artists on their social media, and they'll do funny little things with like Axe body spray or whatever at Chick-fil-A, and they end up getting sponsors or free gifts sent to them all the time. Yeah, need some new faucets?
I need a new bathtub.
There you go. That's awesome. And you have in your new video, "I'm Done." You have scenes of you in the bathtub.
I do.
Yes, you do.
I certainly do. And I never thought about it as being sexy or anything like that. And Elvis Radio calls me about once a month, and they talk to me about what's going on in Nashville. And inevitably, George Klein, GK from Elvis Radio, he always goes, "How about that bathtub video? Let's go back and look at that again." Oh, man. I'm like, oh, I didn't think about that. That's just my happy place.
Right.
Either that or in my pool. I'm a water dog. And I just love to, it just is the only place where I can kind of let my guard down, and creatively it allows me to express things, and I write more in water.
Yeah.
It's kind of weird, huh?
No, I love it. Well, when you're in a bathtub, I'm sorry, but when you're in warm water and bubbles, it's just so relaxing and fun.
It is.
I made the mistake of posting my happy place bathtub picture once on social media and had to delete my post because the comments I got.
Yeah, well,
I was like, well, that's not what I was going for.
Girl, I just owned mine. I just went for it.
So you can. I was just like, nope, can't do it. There were comments that shouldn't have been there. But no, I love that, though, and I love that video. I loved it the way that it was done. It was brilliantly done. Whose concept was that?
Well, Stacey Huckabee is an incredible artist herself. She does a lot of photography, but she's an incredible, I don't even know the word, videographer, is that the word? Okay. She had the concept of coming here to our house, and we filmed it partly in our entryway and partly into the bathroom. But the concept that she had was making it look as if it was in a penthouse at the Pinnacle building. And and we also filmed part of that at Hermitage Hotel. So the hallway, walking down the hallway
scene.
That is at the Hermitage Hotel. So I just love the flavor of having Nashville be part of that video.
Right.
And I wrote that song at the kitchen table with my friend J.C. Dawn. And it was a concept song that I was having an issue with my teenage daughter. And I was just fed up, And I said, I am done, And I go, oh, well, there you go,
Right.
So it's it could be about anybody breaking up or leaving a job or, relationship or something. So it's really rung true with a lot of people, I think.
Absolutely. I love songs that I can connect to, number one. And you don't know how many times I've said, that's it, I'm done.
I'm done.
Yeah. And so the fact that you have that song and you were able to get that song out of that, I think that's really great. And
yeah, and it was cathartic for me to share it with my daughter, too.
I was gonna ask, that was my next question. Does she know that was about her, or that she inspired it?
She don't care. She don't care.
That's
Just
good.
long as she gets the royalties from it, she's cool.
That's awesome. Oh, I'm glad I'm not a songwriter, because my daughter would be the same way. She'd be like, I want this and this and this. And yes, I'm sorry, Sandy. You're so
she's
cute.
okay.
I know, she's so pretty. I love her.
Thank you.
As soon as I saw her, you guys, at the front door, I was like, that's it. It's my kind of dog. I love it.
She's
She's
like
so cute.
Hello.
I hear you have an interesting upbringing, too, as far as your dad was on the road with Conway Twitty for years.
Yeah, when I was 1 year old, Dad started working for Conway. And we lived in Oklahoma at the time. And when I guess I was around 6 or 7, Conway moved all of the organization who lived in Oklahoma City over to Hendersonville, Tennessee. And that's where I have remained. Right. And, I thought that everybody's dad had a cool job like that. I that's all I knew,
Right.
you know. And I never thought of Conway as being that big a deal. It was just like a family member, truthfully.
Right.
And it took me growing up and getting past, you know, having lost him was really traumatic. I thought it felt like just losing a family member. But when the world fell apart and musically it was devastating to the world, it hit me harder. And I was like, oh, man, I took him for granted. I could have gone to the studio more. I could have asked him more questions. And, you know, he knew I sang, and he knew I was pursuing a country music career, but I hadn't really done a lot of writing, hadn't done a lot of performing up until his passing. And I often wonder if he would approve or like what I was doing now. I think he would.
Yeah, I think he would too. And you did a tribute video
and
song to him.
I did. I wrote a song. Matter of fact, it's really funny. TG and I were having dinner one night, and he was living in East Tennessee, and of course I was living here. And we met up in like Crossville or Cookville or something and talked about Conway over dinner. And on the way home, I thought, you know, boy, I miss him. I'd love to talk with him again. And he doesn't even know this, he doesn't know that. So the song Goodbye Darling started coming to me, and I couldn't find a piece of paper or a pen to write with. So I found a lip liner and a napkin.
Oh, that's awesome.
And I wrote the whole entire song on the side of the road on the interstate and recorded it the next day and gave it to the kids, Conway's kids, as a gift that following week. And I didn't really think it would be significant for anybody to really pay much attention to it, because it was truthfully just healing for me to have written it and been able to share it with them. But, you know, the song's gone all over the world.
Yeah,
and I'm really, really proud of it.
It's awesome. And when I saw that, I thought, wow, that was a beautiful tribute. And
Thank you.
When you have the ability to do something like that, I just think that's, man, embrace it and hang on to it. Because, you know, I can't do any of those things, but there are so many people that I would love to pay tribute to in that way. And that was so special. And I'm sure it meant a lot to his family. Have they responded to it?
Oh, yeah. They helped me put the video together. They gave me some not before scene clips for it, and shared some pictures and all. That was, I was so excited to be able to go to Twitty City, where, you know, Conway was living and his offices and stuff were, and be able to film that. We did feel him around us that night.
That's
and, you know,
really
it's
great.
funny. I was telling my mom just a couple of days ago, it's been a long time. It's been 24 years, to be exact, since his passing. And even now, when I sing that song on stage, I feel him in my presence on stage. It's the most bizarre thing. It's almost like he's just kind of standing there, like, nodding to me, you know?
Yep.
And, God, I loved him.
That's awesome.
I loved him. It was fun.
I love that. And the stories you must have, you know, heard, too, from your dad on the road with him. I mean, I'm sure you have some amazing memories that not everybody would have.
Oh, I can't repeat half of them.
I'm sure you can't.
No.
You know I had to try, you guys.
No, you know what?
No.
Of all the people that my dad could have worked for, my mom and I both agree, Conway was just a great person.
Yeah.
He was wasn't into drinking or partying, never had a bad reputation. He's just a class act. You know, when Dad went on the road, he went to work. He lived, breathed, and ate Conway Twitty. It was just like that was his identity, and he took it very seriously. And everybody on the road was very respectful to our family, and it was just a very wonderful thing to grow up around. I loved every minute of it.
I love that. And, you know, it's fun, too, because I get to watch that with my kids, just coming to work with me and doing things that I do, and getting to hang out backstage sometimes at different, you know, venues that we're at when we're doing our interviews. And for them, it's just they're just coming with Mom to work. But
that's normal for them, but you know it's not.
Exactly, you know, because I never had that growing up, and I was never around that. So when I first started doing this job, like the first few times, I was just in like, whoa, where am I?
You know what? I've been around the music industry since I was, you know, a child, and I'm still just as excited to meet some of these people that I have adored. I was laying in the pool the other day, and I have you know, you can tell a lot about a person by their playlist on their iPod, okay? It went from Crystal Gale to the Bee Gees to Mickey Gilley to Bellamy Brothers, you know, just random postings and stuff. And I just started praying. I said, God, thank you. All these people who I grew up with loving their music, I can now consider my friend.
Yeah.
You know, and it was just like, wow, it was like a full circle moment for me.
It really is, and it's amazing. This state, this town, everything about it. The people here, so different than what I'm used to in California. So very different, and I'm experiencing that almost on a daily basis, where somebody that I've admired since I was really little, they become friends, and then they believe in you and support you, and then they are helping you, and it's you have to take a step back sometimes and go like, wow, this is really and those full circle moments that are kind of
incredible.
bizarre.
And this town in particular is really, Hendersonville is really funny. It's inevitable. Anytime you do a show in Nashville and you come back through and you're hungry, where are you going to go? Waffle House. Why not?
Yeah.
The last 2 times we've been there, we run into Marty Stewart and Connie Smith at the Waffle House, and it's just, that's not normal. That is not normal.
Right.
And I still get excited to see these people whom I admire.
Yeah.
You'd think I'd get over it by now, but it's happy,
No, you don't get over it. It's happy. It's so exciting to see everybody. You just, hey Tim, nice of you to be shopping here at Whole Foods, Brett Eldridge. Like, there's just so many different people that.
But that's what makes the world go around in the entertainment business.
Right.
It's like people that say they're not comfortable with that, or they're not happy about that. Then what are you doing in the business? Because that's part of it.
Yeah,
that's the party. Some things are a little creepy, though. I'll tell you that. We went to have dinner one night at a restaurant here in town, and we didn't know anybody in the restaurant. Didn't know a soul, and the power of social media kicked in. We didn't get home real good when somebody had posted a picture of our leftover food on our plate and described what we ate at this restaurant. And I'm like, hey, that is a little concerning, but social
I hope
media.
They didn't ask for a doggy bag and take your leftovers home. That would be really weird.
I just thought that was kind of funny, though. I was like, it's weird.
That's a little bizarre.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie on that one. That one's I mean, I know people that, and these are just friends, and I'm not going to call you out by names, guys, but I know people that have been known to take trash because they saw Bon Jovi throw away a wine bottle. They saw John throw away a wine bottle, and they picked it up out of the trash.
I guess the DNA is of importance. I don't know.
I'm not going to call out your name, but you know who you are. And, so...
We'll talk later.
But the pictures of the food describing what you ate, that is pretty bizarre.
It's just, that's part of now today's social media.
Yeah.
That's part of the life now.
Yeah, but it's kind of neat too that they thought enough of you guys to really describe what you ate to everybody.
I don't know. That was above and beyond to me.
Yeah, I don't know that I'd be able to handle that one very well. It's kind of creepy. But speaking of food, you're going to be playing at one of my favorite locations, and they have the best coffee and best steak ever. And it's at Do-Si Do's in Woodland, Texas.
Oh, my God. You know what? I've never been there.
Oh, my gosh.
I am so excited. TG's brought me coffee home, for sure, and I know about that. But I'm so excited.
Yeah, they grow it all. They have...
Yes. I can't wait. And we're doing a few other shows in Texas area, too. We're also going to be... What is the word when you... not nominate. He is being honored into the Country Music Hall of Fame and Texas Hall of Fame.
Okay.
Kenny Rogers.
Oh.
So TG and I are performing on a show to induct. That's the word. Induct Kenny Rogers into the Texas Hall of Fame.
Oh, wow.
Music Hall of Fame. Yeah.
Oh, how fun. We got to see Kenny at the Randy Travis tribute at the Bridgestone Arena.
Yes. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, what a sweet man he is.
He's precious. His
Absolutely.
wife Wanda. Hi Wanda. Hi Tanya, her twin sister.
Oh.
They are wonderful girls. I love them.
Nice. I didn't get to meet them, but I did get to talk to Kenny just a little bit during the press conference, and just such a sweet man, so good to everybody that was there. And
he's from that era that he just is class.
Mm-hmm.
He's class. His family's class. His wife and twin sister came to see my show at CMA Fest this last week, and but I don't know, Kenny. I got to sing for his induction into the Country Music Hall of Fame here in Nashville.
Right.
And that was one of the scariest moments of my life, truthfully.
I can't imagine.
Yeah. I sang Islands in the Stream with Barry Gibb that night. And there was Kenny sitting right in the audience. I'm like, I can't take it,
right?
you know?
Right. I don't even know how you would handle that.
That was scary. But highlight, you know?
Yeah. No, that's great. And I mean, what an honor to be able to do that, to say that you've been able to do that. And CMA Fest, hello. We had it was a crazy busy week.
It was really, my friend Scott Sexton made a really great comment during CMA Fest. We were getting ready to get into our cars to do the valet and leave there. You probably did the same, and
Actually, no, I did not have valet.
Never mind. I won't finish the story. No. But it really made you kind of stop and smell the roses for a moment, because I've been doing CMA Fest for, I don't even know how many years, And you get in there and it's a lot of work, and it's a lot of, sweating and hauling and doing, signing and meeting new people and stuff, which is great, but it's exhausting. So at the end of the week, we were pulling out and waiting for our car, and there was a lot of people on the other side of the guardrails, watching everybody that was coming in and out. And he says, stop what you're doing and look around. You're on this side of the fence. Doesn't that feel good? Oh, and I thought, wow, I had never thought of it like that. And it really made me put in perspective how much I appreciate what I'm doing, and to be on this side and be able to do what I love to do for a living is just a gift, Absolutely. I do not take for granted.
Absolutely. And that's how we feel, too, at the magazine, because, we started out as fans. I loved music. Music was my life. It was what got me through every bad, moment that I ever faced as a child, all throughout my teenage years and, early adult years. And, our cameraman, Tommy, he was a musician himself, played in a band, but, for us being able to do this and be on this side and get to talk to the artists that we've always admired, always, loved, and, actually get to have real conversations with these people and get to experience these venues in a completely different way now.
Right.
It is, and I don't take it for granted at all, because I remember being, that fan who couldn't get on that other side. It was just, wanting that chance to have that moment where you at least got to say a few words to one of your heroes. Yeah. And now I get to actually have conversations with them.
That's so cool. Yeah, I love how life evolves like that. There's a saying that I actually put in my last album that's kind of relating to what you're saying. It's music is what feelings sound like.
Yes.
And it just really struck me. It's like, wow, you can't really describe what that is, but it brings you back to a place.
It does.
That you remember and hadn't thought of in years, or, it transports you.
Absolutely. That one song, there's always that one song that you hear it and you immediately are transported back in time.
Yeah.
It's pretty awesome, and music can heal, and we talk about that all the time too, and it steps in where everything else fails, where every other word that you hear fails. That music just steps in. And
Marie Osmond has a song called Music is Medicine, and it's so true.
Yeah, it definitely is. Wow, that's awesome. Is there anything else that you have coming up or that you want to share with fans before we go?
Yes, I do. TG and I are getting ready to do a huge show.
I'm excited.
Not as excited as we are.
No, you don't know. I'm so
Have you
thrilled.
ever been to the guest house at Graceland?
No. But
Missy?
I have so many people that have, and I'm dying. I gotta go.
TG and I have stayed in most every hotel there is. I mean, seriously, we spend there more time in a hotel than we do home. And this is the most unique, most incredibly boutique-styled hotel that I've ever experienced in my life. Every single room is Elvis-themed, but every one of them are different. Right. There's one that we stayed in this last week. It had gold, shiny, glittery wallpaper, had a TCB cut out of the headboard with gold zebra print pillows, and it's
my gosh, I'm gonna want to go and not ever come back.
It sounds crazy, but it is so cool. It's so ultimately very classy how it's done, but everything is just really edgy. There's pictures of his belt buckle blown up to the size of a whole wall, and it's just focused on the decor of the whole hotel is because of Priscilla Presley's knowledge of what he would enjoy. Right. The ceiling in the lobby is an exact replica of one of the back of his costumes that he wore on stage. And I can't wait for you to see it.
I can't wait.
And so the theater that TG and I are going to be playing July the 1st, it's a Saturday night at 8 o'clock. We're going to be playing the theater that's right there in the hotel, the guest house hotel, which is next door to Graceland, Elvis's home. But Priscilla Presley rocked everybody's world when she decorated this hotel. It is incredible.
Can't wait. I mean, we just actually went to Graceland a couple of months ago. We went in April. My parents came out from California, so we took them to Graceland. I was so excited. I can't even tell you. when I first went to Graceland, the racquetball room was not a racquetball room, and I was devastated. I mean, I was in tears because I was like, but I want to see where he played, and that's where all of his records were, his jumpsuits, everything were there. When I went back in April, it was back to the racquetball room. Mm-hmm. And I cried again because I was so excited. But
that's the thing I like about Graceland. They change things up enough to where if you have seen it, you'll see something different the next time. And there's another a whole edition across the street from Graceland now that it's like $40 million, place to perform and shops and all there. If you've not been there, we have not seen that part yet, so we'll see that the first. I'm excited about that.
I'm excited for you guys, and I had so much fun when I was there this last time, and I couldn't get out of the Elvis shops. I wanted every clothing item I could find. And
well, TG and I, it's really funny. My husband is TG Shepherd, and he lived with Elvis for 7 years there at Graceland. And sometimes when we go back there, it's I'm a fangirl when I go back. I want to buy all the little shorts and stuff too.
Right.
He has a different experience because he's like one of the only people within a 500-mile radius that knew him.
Yeah.
Even the people that worked there never met him, Yeah. So it's a little, bittersweet for him to go back. He loves to be involved with Graceland, and it's a huge honor. He feels like he's going home to do this show. And for me to just tag along and sing along with him and do some of my own songs is going to be a blast. I can't wait.
Absolutely. And we can't wait to be there to watch you guys. We know it's going to be just phenomenal. And, when we talked with TG the last time that we talked at the Nashville Elvis Festival, hearing his emotions talking about Graceland and what that experience was for him, man, I mean, it got me right in the heart. It was like,
he misses him terribly.
Absolutely, but seeing that, and it was almost like Elvis was there, and you could feel him there, and it was such a touching moment. I think out of all the interviews I've ever done, that's the one that actually touched me the most. Was with TG, and listening to him talk about his friend genuinely, and it was just, you don't get that in every interview,
Yeah, he wasn't really Elvis to TG. He was his friend.
Right.
He was truly his friend. A couple of weeks ago, it was during CMA Fest, Paul Schaefer from Late Night with David Letterman came in town, and he's a friend of ours, and he loves Elvis. And we took him to Graceland over the Christmas holiday when TG did he turned the lights on. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And so Paul's just been so excited about Elvis ever since even. But TG allowed him to wear the TCB necklace that Elvis had given him on stage at the Ryman. That's the first thing he did. He came out with this gold lame suit on with this TCB necklace. He felt like he was the king for a moment.
Oh, that's so great.
That's cute.
Awesome. Good job, Paul.
Yeah.
Love that. Well, thank you so much for everything and for letting us come into your home and visit with you guys. It's not a mess. It's beautiful. And if this is a mess, then mine looks like a tornado hit it. No, but thank you so much. And
you are awesome. You are so good at what you're doing. I'm so proud of you. Rock on.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm going to leave it with that because I'm just going to get all emotional and cry next. Until next time, guys, stay tuned.